Away from beach volleyball, let's move now to the world of cricket, where Nigeria women's under-19 cricket team, the junior female Yellow Greens, will face their rivals from East Africa, Rwanda, in one of the semi-finals of the 2025 ICC Women's T20 Under-19 World Cup Africa Qualifier Division 1 on Saturday. Having qualified with a game to spare on Monday, the junior female Yellow Greens cemented top spot in Group B of Division 1 on Wednesday with a comprehensive 86-run win over Malawi, setting up the last four clash against Rwanda, who finished second in Group A. Nigeria east past Malawi at the Gahanga 2-over as Captain Lucky Piety won the toss for the first time in the competition and elected to bat first. The winner of the qualifying tournament will pick Africa's second ticket at the World Cup in Malaysia. And interesting to talk about cricket on a day like this afternoon. And joining us from the FCT Abuja is a cricket specialist and, of course, journalist and news agency of Nigeria. Ijeoma Okigbo joins us this afternoon. Good afternoon to you and welcome to In the Game.
Favor, thank you. It's great to be here.
All right, Nigeria's under-19 women cricket team have shown impressive form so far in the qualifiers. What has been the key factor in their dominant performances, especially in their recent victory against Malawi?
Okay, for me, I'll say it's grassroots development. You know, kudos to the Nigerian Cricket Federation. They've been key. We were speaking with the president on 2 days ago, and then he was talking about the 5 imperatives that drive the current administration in terms of cricket. And one of them is grassroots development, and particularly women's cricket as well. You see, all the players, at least, all the players in the under-19, all of them came from the grassroots. They all took part in the under-17 tournament and the National Youth Games, the National Sports Festival, Nigeria Women Tournament. They all started from scratch. It's not like, you know, there's any player who was spotted in Germany or who was spotted in Italy or in England. No, everybody, all of them, you know, are based in Nigeria. It all started from the grassroots. So for us, I would say, for me, I would say, the key factor there is picking these girls from grassroots, is going back to the grassroots, ensuring that, you know, cricket is being played in schools, in secondary schools, in primary schools. And the Nigerian Cricket Federation is doing so well. And that's why everybody is not surprised with the kind of results the girls are getting there in Rwanda.
All right, fantastic one. I mean, the grassroots has always been the basis for future stars and future talent. Now, let's go straight now to the game against Rwanda. The upcoming semi-final against Rwanda promises to be a tough contest. How do you think the junior female Yellow Greens will prepare for the match, considering Rwanda's strength and their rivalry in the sport? All right, we would hope to have her back, but of course, she was talking about the basis for their performances so far, the wonderful performances from the junior Yellow Greens, talking about the cricket team in Nigeria, grassroots, hoping to have, you know, the very best of cricket from the schools. All right, we have Ijeoma back. Ijeoma, you were making your thoughts about the game ahead, that's of course against Rwanda on Saturday.
Yes, you can hear me now, right?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, so okay, I was saying that the Nigerian-Rwandan clash is always a very exciting one. It's always a very challenging one. It's always one to look up to. This is a very healthy rivalry between these two countries in terms of women cricket. So playing Rwanda is not the first time, of course. We've always met Rwanda in tournaments, even at the under-19 level. Last time in Botswana, we first played Rwanda. But this is it. We know the country very well. I could say the development level in terms of women cricket is almost at par for both nations. You know, we go hand in hand, so it's not new for us. So that game is really going to be a challenging one. But of course, I would say I put Nigeria as a team who could likely come up stronger in that tournament. Of course, you see Nigeria finished the group with 6 points, won all their games, although Rwanda fell short, losing to Uganda yesterday in Group A, and then they finished second. But the team, the players that are paraded in the under-19 side, most of these girls are taking part in very senior competitions. Most of them were at the African Games in Ghana. It was some of these young players who actually helped or inspired the team, honestly, to be able to pick up the bronze medal at the game. Kudos to, although then they was being led by the present assistant coach, Blessing Etim, with all respect, due respect to her. But I would say the girls, the under-19 players, most of them are really good. They are young, but they've got good exposure. They've got good experience. At least 5 of the current players who are in the under-19 now, participated in the previous under-19 tournament. That's 2 years ago in Botswana. So they've got some level of experience with them. You see players, is it in bowling or batting? We've got some, we've got some key players in that squad that can actually do the job for us on Saturday at the semi-final. Okay. So I'll see the possibility of Nigeria, picking a good one ahead of Rwanda.
All right, Nas, you've talked about what we should expect on Saturday, but there's one player that a lot of persons have been, looking at, Captain Lucky Piety's leadership. It seemed pivotal in Nigeria's journey so far. How has our performance, especially in winning the toss and leading by example, influenced the team's overall strategy?
Absolutely. Piety is a big plus to the squad, either even when she plays in the senior level or even at the 19 level. Lucky Piety is an all-rounder. She's good with the bat. She's also very fierce with the ball. You see, yesterday against Malawi, she was the player of the match. She contributed so much with the bat and then with the ball. She picked up 3 wickets, and 2 maidens as well. So Piety leadership is really good. Great to see that she was actually made the captain of this side. The last time in 2019, she wasn't the captain, but it's great to really see her, taking up that position. I remember her at African Games in Qualifier. The game we won against Uganda, it was Piety. That game saw us to the bronze medal. It was Piety that pushed us to winning that game. She was one that scored the winning runs to us winning that game against Uganda. So Piety is really good. I think that it's just really great to seeing her, coming up this level. Piety has at 15 years, Piety was the first female Nigerian to score a T20, to score a century in a T20 game. It's really not surprising to see her. Also in Botswana 2 years ago, in this same under-19 tournament, Piety scored 100, a century in that tournament as well. Though we've not really seen her so much, being pronounced with the bat. But of course, there are also 2 matches to go, and I'm sure she's really going to show us the player she is. So
all right,
Piety, the captaincy with Piety is really good.
Interesting one. I mean, Lucky, she's doing well, and I'm also rooting for her in the next few years. She will just be the best player, maybe on the African continent. Before I let you go, Ijeoma, looking at Nigeria's progression in recent years, what does their current success in the under-19 qualifiers indicate about the future of women's cricket in Nigeria, and what areas do we need to improve upon?
All right. So, talking about what's going on now in Rwanda, and talking about the progress of the under-19 women's cricket in Nigeria. Women's cricket in Nigeria is really going really high. It's really increasing in terms of the progress we're really getting. Right now, the NCF is trying to do there's a women's cryo program that they're looking forward to organizing in October, according to the president. We were with him talking about at a media conference, and then he was saying it's going to be the biggest cricket women's festival ever organized. They're looking at having over 1,000 girls. And so you can imagine, he actually said that it was just Nigeria and Rwanda that was picked in Africa by the ICC to organize this tournament. So you can imagine how much recognition we've gotten from the International Cricket Federation. Not to forget that Nigeria has won over 4 or 5 awards in terms of women's development. That's previous. Should I say from like 2021, we've been winning up to 2023 last year. So in terms of women, Nigeria has got it really right, and we are improving. So for me, I would say for the women's cricket in the country, it's really moving. I think that it's something that is a plain template for many Africans or many associated countries in Africa to really pick up from. Especially what we see the girls doing at the 19 in Rwanda. You can imagine Nigeria beating Zimbabwe. It's the first time the women's team are actually doing that, beating a test playing nation. Nigeria beating Zimbabwe, beating Tanzania. 2 years, 3 years ago, this cannot happen. This is not possible. But we can see how much, when it comes to intentionality, when it comes to being deliberate on pushing women's grassroots to the front burner. And kudos to the Nigeria Cricket Federation for really making this possible. And I'm sure all the girls are happy. You come to the cricket pitch, you're playing happy because you know what is at stake. You know that you get the facilities, you know that you get the equipment, you know that you even get the finance, the money that is required, and as well as the exposure. So I think it's just win-win, and everybody's just playing cricket happily. So it's all good for Nigeria at this point, especially with women's cricket. That's really the part I'm really going to emphasize on women's cricket.
All right, interesting one from the Cricket Federation, from the Under-19 qualifiers. I must say a big thank you to you, Ijeoma Okigbo, for your quality time. I mean, talking cricket, especially a sport that in Nigeria in the last few years is gaining prominence and dominance at the moment. A lot of persons are looking forward to our cricket team, and we hope that we can come back after the qualifiers with a ticket ahead of the next World Championship. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, hopefully. Thank you so much, Vivo.